People are divided into two categories. The first type is one who decided to go with the flow. They don't believe much in the power of the will and live in the average life. But the second group take everything in their hands and decided to live the different life. A life that's not necessarily designed for them, but they will create that life in with the blood and sweat. Everyone falls under of those categories. Superior people aren't necessarily on the Forbes billionaires list. It could be anyone from your chemistry teacher back in school to the entrepreneur trying to solve another problem. But it's certainly a path that everyone should take, or at least to strive to. But to find out how to become the superior person, we have to understand what makes these individuals different. What are the 7 things that you are the superior man? This video is going to be based on the book called The Way of the Superior Man by David Dada. If you want to become the superior person, then you have to read the books, but in this video I'm going to give you the most important lessons that, and you will find out if you fit into the descriptions of the superior man. So give this video the thumbs up, and let's start with the first one. Stop hoping for the completing of anything in life. Remember when you were a kid, were a lot of the things you wanted to do. You wanted to become the singer, a basketball star, or the astronaut, but only when you finish the school and grow up. Once you grow up and you get into college, once you realize that you have no time for such things, you have to go to the classes, work on the assignments, and get part-time job to pay the bills. So you come up with the brilliant plan to, let me finish the college first, and once I graduated, I will finally do what I wanted to do. It's just a few years. Once I graduated, you realize that there aren't many things you can do because you have to find a job. So your next strategy is let me find a job first, and then I am going to do what I always wanted to do. Once I found a job, you come across the girl who absolutely blows your mind. She is so beautiful that you can't think of anything else other than her. So you come up with another brilliant strategy. I guess you already know that was a brilliant strategy. And that's the problem with most people. They believe that one day they will run out of the problems and they will finally enjoy life. Let me tell you the secret. It's never going to be over. So stop waiting for the good stuff. As of now, spend minimum of the hour a day doing whatever you are wanting to do until your finances are more secure, or until the children have grown and left the home, or until you have finished your obligations and you feel free to do what you really want to do. Don't wait any longer. Don't believe in the myth that one day when everything will be different. Do what you love to do, what you are waiting to do, what you have been born to do now. Second, your purpose must come before your relationships. There is what a lot of men don't understand about women. Most women believe that if they are going to do what women want them to do, if they are going to please the women they like, they are going to be to have a happy, successful relationship. But that's not how women think. Women are not usually attracted by what you have or what you can do for them. They are emotional, irrational creatures. They choose the man based on how attractive their wives are. The moment you make your relationships your first priority, you are not longer interesting. Your mission is your priority, unless you know your missions and have alighted your life to it. Your core will feel empty. Your presence in the world will be weakness, as you represent with a woman. The next time you notice yourself giving in to a woman, postponing your missions, and denying your true purpose in order to spend time with her, stop. Tell your woman that you love her, but you cannot deny your heart's purpose. Tell her that you will spend 30 minutes or some specific time with her in the absolute attention and total presence, but then you must return to the carry out your missions. Your woman will be more fulfilled with 30 minutes a day of undivided attention that she will with the few hours of your weak and evident presence when your heart really isn't into it. The time you spend with your woman should be the time you really want to be with her, more than anything else. If you'd rather be doing something else, she will feel it. and both of you will be dissatisfied. Third, never change your mind just to please a woman. When you change your opinion just to please the woman, you are going to become inferior in her eyes. She will never tell you that, but that's how she is going to treat you. Women are weak creatures who have always looking to the hide behind strong shoulders of the man who can think independently and decide for themselves. I am not saying you should not listen to your woman. In fact, you should, but make sure your own decision. If you choose to go with your woman's suggestions, even when deep in your heart you feel that another decision is wiser, you are in effect saying, I don't trust my own wisdom. You are weakening yourself by telling yourself this. You are weakening your woman's trust in you. Why should she trust your wisdom if you don't? Your friends, children, and business colleagues may love you, but they won't trust you, since you don't trust your own gut. This attitude of the self-trust is going to push others to trust you. You may be wrong, but you are willing to find out, and those grow from the experience. You are open to listening to others, but in the end, you will take responsibility for making your own decisions. There is nobody else to blame. Be willing to change everything in your life. When you are the little kid, your parents teach you how the world works. They will give you the financial lessons, relationships, advice, and so on. You will grow up thinking that whatever you have been taught as a kid in the right things. However, your parents aren't perfect. Your school isn't perfect either. What you have been taught about the world could be false. A superior man knows that if he wants to succeed in this world, he should be ready to change everything in his life, including his deepest beliefs. 5. Don't use your family as an excuse. Many of my friends I know may before they got married and become the parents were very ambitious. They would tell me all the great plans to goals they want to achieve, but as soon as they start family, they become mediocre. And that's what often happens with the people. If a man never discovers his deepest purpose or uses his family as an excuse, then his core becomes weakened and he loses his purpose. His woman lost trust and sexual polarity with him, even though he may be putting much energy into the parenting their children and doing the housework. You should do your absolute best to take care of your children and a woman, but you should manage your time in such way that you always find the time to purpose your goals and never give up on them just because you have a family. 6. Superior man knows the power of silence. When you are trying to impress people with words, the more you say, the more common you appear, and the lesson is control. Even if you are saying something banal, it will seem original if you make the interview open-ended. Superior people impress and intimidate by saying less. The more you say, the more likely you are to say something foolish. If you have read the 48 Laws of the Power, you probably know the power of the silence. But to build successful businesses, you need to be able to know how to deal with people, and silence is a skill that very few have mastered. Your silence will put people in the defensive situations and will make them say more and reveal themselves and their intention more. By saying less than necessary, people will take your words more seriously and will listen to them more carefully, hence making them more valuable. 7. Superior men don't get lost in the tasks and duties. Superior men people are focused on the biggest pictures. Whatever they are doing now is just a part of the much bigger vision they are working on. But to complete the visions, they have to do these smaller tasks. However, their end goal is always in the back of their heads and drive them to keep working hard. It's not a problem to work in a low-paying job to pay your bills, be like in the McDonald's, but if you get stuck there for the rest of your life, that becomes the problem. Superior people are not afraid to take jobs that the society might think are inferior, but they have a plan. They know that they aren't staying there forever. Once everyone is back home, superior people don't go to sleep. They finally start working on the project they feel passionate about, and once their projects succeed, they will leave behind that low-paying job for the good. They are not afraid of failure because they know they can take this journey again and again. I want to make this video longer and include another 7 things of superior people, but I think this video is already a bit too long. If you find this video helpful, I will definitely make part 2. Enjoy this video and that is appearing on the screen, or check our investments playlist that will teach you everything you need to know about start investing. Now give this video a thumbs up and make sure to subscribe if you're new around here. Thanks for watching and see you in the next one.